First of all, Gary, what's the latest with Rory? Have the doctors decided how to proceed with him? Is it a plate in the cheekbone, or?
Yeah, I think it will be very similar to that.
Yeah.
I think I haven't had the SP just yet,
No.
but I think Rory's happy with what he's heard. Of course, it will probably keep him out for some time,
Yeah.
but God bless him, he's coping with it very, very well, and we'll make sure that he feels very much a part of our group, even though he won't be playing. So I'm not sure how long it will take, and I'm not sure they've given us the definitive yet, but hopefully he'll recover, and he's a good-looking boy, and he'll still be a good-looking boy at the end of it.
Asa Hall made a manful attempt to get out there and do his bit on Saturday. Obviously, that couldn't quite see it through.
He tried hard. He tried hard. We got, as we speak, it's 2 days before the game, so we won't really know just yet.
No.
He's getting a little bit better each time. He's been to see a couple of specialists, so we won't know really till the end of the week. But he's trying very hard because obviously our captain wants to play in these games. So
yes.
I don't think it will be long. It's certainly not a long-term injury anyway.
No.
But it's just how comfortable he can feel.
Sure. Without Asa and Rory, which of course you were for most of the game at Woking, is there any scope for increasing the squad or bolstering the squad at the moment, or are you going to go with what you've got?
No, I'm still going to go with what we got, but there's a chance that Opie will be joining us on Friday, and we'll have a look at his fitness and how he feels. He feels good at the moment, so there's every chance that Opie will be involved in the squad on Saturday, which is great news.
Yeah. Okay. And in the wake of Saturday, it was obviously mixed emotions in a way. I mean, upbeat really, because it felt like a win for us, and I'm sure they felt like it was a defeat. What sort of a week has it been, mentally as well as physically? Have you put a little bit of action on trying to give them a bit of physical rest and on more on the mental side this week?
We might need to ask the lads. No, they've had no physical rest.
No.
We didn't feel that we played well enough. We didn't play our game for long enough against Woking, so we needed to do a little bit of work. We know how much to give them and how much to rest them, but of course it's been a lot happier this week than if we'd have got beat 3-2 or 3-1 as the results went. But obviously to get back to 3-0, as you say, it felt like a win, so the boys are buzzing really, and they wouldn't have wanted the day off. They wanted to come in and share their stories and all that sort of stuff, and it's been a good week, and we're going into this game very, very prepared. And
I'm sure most of the fans are thinking, right, those are the 6 big games, we've got them out of the way, we're now on over the top of the hill and going down the other side.
They're not thinking that at all.
No.
We won't allow them to think that way. We got to respect, as I say before, every team can win in this league, but every team can lose as well for a lack of form or not quite getting it right, or a bit of luck, or a referee's decision or whatever. But no, we got to take it serious, because this, every game now is massive, of course, and we want to play well in front of our home fans. We want to entertain if we can, but of course Eastbourne are fighting for their lives, as are Hungerford when we play them. So we've got to be very, very, very careful that we don't showboat and come unstuck. So we've got to do the job properly.
So sorry, Dave. There's been plenty of buzz on social media regarding Saturday's game, and of course the result against Woking. That must give everyone a lift around the squad. There's so much positive energy at the moment.
That was unbelievable. You saw how close the empathy is and was with the fans and the players. I know it's spilled over, and we've got to be careful of that. But at the end of the day, that was where all the players' families were, in that corner. They wanted to share the result and the goal with them, and it just shows, you know, the enthusiasm at the moment between the support and the players. We mustn't go over the top, as it were. You know, we mustn't get too enthusiastic where you're breaking the law, sort of thing. But you know, we know coming back home, people will appreciate that the boys put a lot of effort into that last 5-10 minutes to make sure we didn't lose that game. And if we can get this that atmosphere going, you know, behind the fences, and the songs that they were singing, and just the group empathy, I thought was fantastic. And it does leave a little lump in your throat, and your hairs on the back of your neck stand up a little bit when our supporters are making a noise, and we appreciate that and thank them.
In some ways, does the pressure in many ways that from now on you don't want to let yourselves down over the last 4 games, having put so many great performances in, so many points, so many goals over the last few months? Almost it would be, and you're nearly over the line, that in a way you don't want to sort of let yourselves down now. In this, in other words, if you do win the championship, you want to go out playing like champions.
Yeah, of course we do. And you know, it's almost stating the obvious what you're saying. You know, of course we don't really want to go out and mess up a great season, sort of thing. And I don't think we got the lads to do that. You haven't got a manager that would do that. You know, as I said, we was in a couple of days. I didn't feel we got enough sprints in against Woking, and normally that's a trait of ours. And so, you know, we spent a lot of time this week working on our quick play, our sprinting, etc. And that's when we're at our best. So, you know, we've reiterated what we do well in training over the last couple of days, and we haven't you know, we've shown them when it doesn't go well. Of course, this is what happens, and this is what can happen. But that's early on with the review, straight after the game. But then after that, we're very positive about. However, you know, you've got to prove that you're the best team in the league by being professional, doing the right thing, being a unit, and showing me a team energy.
Now, you and Mark McGee, I presume, during the course of your 2 careers, must have bumped into each other.
Yeah, we did. We have, yeah, quite recently actually. Was it last season before, when he was at Barnet?
Oh,
and
yes.
I took Cheltenham to Barnet, and we won that game. And I think Mark was interim a bit like what he is here. I think, you know, I'm not sure whether he's going to keep the job or wants to keep the job, but I read that he's like an interim manager. But he's a good lad, and obviously he was at Bristol Rovers, and he lives in Brighton where my mum lives. So you know, we often talk about that. Yeah, he's. I'm pleased that he's back in the game. He needs to be in the game, that's for sure. And hopefully, you know, they can get out of trouble after Saturday.